ancient voice, whispering from the void, and it chills my lightless heart.
G'day folks, Duckville here. We're going to have a look at a Zerg versus Zerg on Xel'Naga Caverns today, and whoa, hello. Look at this, we got no drones being built here for our first Zerg player in the red there. We get the GLHF and then the U2, my friend. So, it's, I don't know man, sometimes I see this sort of thing and I think, what the hell is that guy doing when he does some sort of smiley face or does a U2 my friend or have a great game or something like that. You see that sometimes and people are just being really shifty. I don't know what it is. If maybe it's just me being paranoid, but in this case it's not paranoia if someone's out to get you, and Vorpal is indeed out to get his opponent here on Xel'Naga Caverns. We've got Vorpal getting the 6 pool up. His opponent down on the other side of Xel'Naga Caverns is Nirmal, who is going to be not getting his own spawning pool up, of course, because it's generally a bit cheesy to get that 6 pool going, and we've got Nirmal scouting out at the moment. So we'll see something interesting happening here on the Xel'Naga Caverns. So yeah, obviously this is Zerg versus Zerg. We haven't had too many of these on the channel recently, generally because I don't know if it's just that no one posts them or if there just purely aren't any epic Zerg versus Zerg games, but not really sure. But either way, there aren't really too many of these matches that we get to see. I don't even have too many replays in general because, you know, I download random replays and have a look. As we can see, the drone here from Nirmal comes inside the base and does in fact see a spawning pool, so he's going to be aware that the Ling Rush is on the way. And as we can see on the production tab, we do have 6 Lings coming out here. Looks as if Vorpal's actually going to pull down a couple of drones as well, because this is one of the only ways which a 6 pool can actually work properly, is to bring some drones with it and then actually try and, you know, actually win it that way. Because as a lot of the Zerg folks will know, if you're a Zerg player and you've actually done a 6 pool or attempted a 6 pool, when you bring in your Lings, to try and attack into the mineral line, this sort of thing here, you can get surrounded so easily, and your opponent's workers will absolutely just rip it apart. So it's always wise to bring a couple of drones down with it, and I believe, look at these positionings of these drones, I think we're going to see a couple of spawning pools, and not spawning pools, the spine crawlers, that's the one. Wouldn't that be awesome, a spawning pool rush? We got the drones coming across here. They're going to need to deny this spine crawler, and as you can see there, the spine crawler was that cancelled or did it go? No, it got cancelled, I believe. Either way, we're seeing some fantastic control here from Nirmal. He's got his drones surrounding these Lings nicely, cleans up most of these Zerglings, and he's going to be able to live to fight another day. And we actually see some more Zerglings coming out from Nirmal as well, so he's going to adequately fend off this Zergling attack. You'd want to see perhaps the majority of these drones actually go back to mining, because he does not want to fall too far behind in that regard. And as we can see here, he's going to clean up this spine crawler, and this is going to be the end of this 6 pool, and we're going to see a GG. I'm not too sure, but Nirmal sends everything back to work, and we're sort of back on a normal position here for him. He's going to be getting a couple more Zerglings out to make sure that he can defend. And now this is the pro tip of the day for everyone watching, is that whether you are Zerg, Protoss or Terran, if you are facing against a 6 pool rush that we've seen here from Vorpal, the general reaction once the 6 pool fails is one of two things. You'll either see your opponent, they will either send another phase of Lings down here, as we can see, and these Lings are going to come through and try and do what they can. But obviously, as we can see, Nirmal's actually got some great Ling production here. Now, the problem with that is that he's obviously going to suffer in economy, and I mentioned there were 2 reactions that you can see, and the second is, of course, to just sort of fall back and just get your roach production going, which we may see here from Vorpal. I'm not too sure. If we just have a quick look at the economy tab, we actually have Vorpal just slightly behind in the harvesters. He's actually got 8 now. He's sort of just put 1 onto gas, and I believe that Nirmal has as well. Yes, he has. He's got that extractor there. So for both players, sort of Nirmal, just of course, because some slight micro problems with the drones there, he's still just a little bit behind, but he's by no means in terrible shape at all. Obviously, fending off the 6 pool is a great sort of way to start off the game when you go dealing with that sort of thing. And I suppose you could say we've actually just sort of transitioned into the normal beginnings of the Zerg game. Interesting to see a spine crawler here from our 6 pool player. It's not often that you see the 6 pool player be get really defensive like that, but of course the best way to react when you've been 6-pulled and you fended off is to counter-attack when you can. We do see some things from Zerg players sometimes. They will get some go straight to the Baneling tech and get some Banelings out to bust in and just wreck all the drones that are inside the base. Or we can see just a general speedling rush, but both of these players have, well, actually no, Nirmal's just started off his Ling speed, so he'll be getting that shortly. Now the advantage that he'll have is with that Zergling speed, the metabolic boost coming out quite quickly, he'll actually have some map control, like a lot of map control, and there it is. We actually have a Baneling nest from Vorpal, so he's going to transition into the Banelings, and we'll see how he goes with that. He's got a couple more Zerglings on the way as well, so we'll see if he can defend any early sorts of aggression here from Nirmal, but nothing really too fancy is going on just at the moment. He's just absolutely spammed out all of these Lings. We have a whole heap of Zerglings here. Let's just have a look at the unit tab. We actually have 42 Zerglings are on the way for Nirmal, so we're going to see if Vorpal can actually fend off this mass Zergling counter-attack, and I believe, let's just have a look at the positionings. We've got the Baneling nest now done, which is actually really awesome for Vorpal, because as we can see, he's going to get a couple of Banelings out, and well, he should be, I would actually say, with some decent control, he should be okay, because despite the fact that there is an absolute shitstorm of Lings here, they are going to get blasted away, as we can see there. The Baneling's actually just destroying everything. Some unfortunate micro there from Nirmal. He really should have just had a bit more control there on those Lings. He is going to take down a Queen, which is going to be good. There it goes, and the Spine Crawler is going to clean up the rest of this. The Emu of StarCraft 2, so the Emu there pokes away and removes the rest of those Lings. So Nirmal's going to have to decide on something else as his next transition for this game. So one thing he did do, which I did like, is he droned up a little bit. He because he spent so many lava on getting those Lings out, he sort of fell. As you can see, he's sort of now even with Vorpal in terms of drones. Has just sort of shot up just a little bit, but he's now going to transition into mass spine crawlers. So not really sure why he's going so heavy at that. He obviously does need a bit of defense, because we do have some Zerglings and Roaches outside his base, and you can see that those are there, of course, with this Overlord just spotting outside. That's actually one thing Nirmal's done really well, is he's got his some of his Overlords just sitting around the map spotting when any incoming attacks are on the way. So we'll see what he can do here. He's going to need a nice little bit of micro to control this battle, because he does have speed on his Lings, and he does have a lot of Spine Crawlers, of course, but the Banelings get inside, and we do see a couple of drones go down. That is actually a huge amount of drones. We saw we did have 16 and 16 there for both of these players, but now we've got it down to 7 for Nirmal and 16 for Vorpal. So Vorpal has taken a massive lead here, and he's going to go into a Spire now. So with Nirmal now sitting quite low on his economy, and of course it's going to really slow him down in terms of getting to any sorts of tech that can stop Mutilis. Nice little choice there from Vorpal to switch over to the Spire, and hopefully we'll see if he can get that out and then get some Mutilis flying around the map, and I think if that happens, it'll pretty much be GG. So let's just have a look at what Nirmal's going to do as his reaction. He's pumping out a few more drones, which is good to see. He's going to get a nice little creep tumor over here. One thing which I'm not sure how many people actually know, but you can actually hotkey your creep tumors, and then when you place them, they don't actually need to be re-hotkeyed or anything like that. You can just keep going with a whole bunch of creep tumors around the whole map. I'm not really sure how many people knew that, but it's not something as widely known, I don't think, but either way, tips and tricks is what we try and do here on the channel. But the Emu just poking away at that one Zergling that was scouting. So if we have a quick look, let's have a look at the cams actually for each of these players. We got Nirmal floating around his base here. He's going to move that creep tumor across and spawn another one there, which is good to see. We've got his sort of I don't know, we got the 0 for the hatchery, a little bit old school Brood War. I don't know if every Zerg does that, but don't see it all the time. A lot of people use 5 because it's close to where the production keys are and that sort of thing, but either way, he certainly knows where the Spine Crawler key is. That is quite awesome. He's got, what is that, that's 7 of them out now. Pretty awesome. He's definitely not going to be attacked by ground, but if we go to Vorpal's cam, we can actually see what he's going to go for. He's sort of just sitting here at the main just at the moment, just having a look at what's cracking. Not too much at the moment, building some units. I think we'll probably see a couple more mutas come about, and we'll probably see a muta attack there. We got some fantastic micro here from Vorpal. Not really sure what he's doing, but he's grabbed his Mutalisk now, and we'll probably see a push down there. So we'll go back to the normal cam, and we do see these. We do see 3 Mutalisks coming down to Nirmal's base, so we'll see what happens there. Nirmal's going to grab a second hatchery, an in-base hatchery, which is quite cool. Evolution chamber is on the way, because I think he may be aware that the is he? No, he doesn't know. Oh, of course, the overlords actually would have seen these Mutalisks on the way, so his reaction quite quickly there, which is good to see, is to get the Evo chamber out, and he's going to get a couple of creep tumors. We'll see if he actually has enough, not creep tumors, the spore crawlers, that's the one. We'll see if he gets the spore crawlers out in time to fend off this attack. We do have 3 queens though, which is easily more than enough to fend off these mutas, because of course the mutas, until there's actually a nice critical mass of them, they are not going to do anything against 3 queens defending a hatch and the drones. So quite a huge oversaturation just at the moment. I'm interested to see what the next move for Nirmal's going to be. Perhaps he's going to do mass lings, or perhaps some I don't know, he doesn't even have a baneling nest, so I'm not really sure. I would presume we're gonna see some mass lings. We do have mass queens at the moment. We got 4 queens out. We almost got 1 queen to every spine crawler, but we do see Vorpal actually expanding out now, which is really good, because he's gonna have some great economy coming shortly, and 1 ling. Check out this guy. He's going to check out and see that this expansion has gone down. He's even going to get away to tell the tale, which is quite impressive for a Zergling being chased by 5 Mutalisks. And we do see some lings coming down here, and they're going to morph across to Banelings, so we'll see another Baneling attack here. We have another queen. We have 5 queens out here from Nirmal. This is actually quite interesting. We even have another 2 on the way, so this is going to be quite huge. I think I know what we're going to see. We're going to see some mass queens perhaps, and then some perhaps mass lings as well. We do see these banelings come across. 5 banelings actually get wasted on 1 queen and don't even kill it, which is really interesting. And the 4 queens are now out, and we do see some brilliant transfusions there from Nirmal. He is going to fend off this attack, but only just barely. We see almost all of the queens have died, and we'll probably see another one go down. Yes, we do indeed, and perhaps this one as well. So Nirmal, his mass queen strat is going to be a bit of an interesting one. I think we are definitely going to see that. It's just a matter of time, and a matter of if Vorpal can hold it off. I have seen something like this on Lost Temple. It was a replay a little while ago. It was a few patches back, but oh no, we're actually going to see roaches. So actually, back to my story. Yeah, we're going to see the mass queens, I think, which is I've seen it on Lost Temple, close positions in a Zerg versus Zerg, and you'd actually be really surprised at how good it is, because if we have a quick look at the queens, they've got the talons doing 5 damage per talon. They've got a huge range on air, not to mention 10 damage. So it is actually quite a lot of damage for these ladies, these big ladies with their spines and everything everywhere. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to pull it out. Now, the one thing about this strategy is, of course, the fact that you really need to make sure your creep tumors are getting across the map, because of course queens are as slow as anything once they're off the creep, and I think we'll see that here. This is actually really cool. We've got the 7 queens out now for Nirmal. He's got another one on the way from this hatch, and another one from this one as well, so we're going to see a couple more pop out. This spine crawler, spore crawler defense is going to keep him nice and safe for the time being. We're going to see some more creep tumors popping out as well. Let's just go back to Vorpal's base and see what he's up to. He's got his second hatch up and running, which is awesome for his economy. As you can see here, he's no, he's not actually in the lead, because he is down on harvesters for the moment. Why? Okay, he spent a lot of his he's of course spent a lot on his lings and mutas and that sort of thing, so he's just a bit down on his economy just for the moment. So he's really going to need to pick that up if he wants any hope of beating the mass queen strat. So we'll see what happens. And the lair is finally on the way for Nirmal. He's going to have that out shortly, and some of these queens are moving out now. They're going to need to at least have their creep. I would say if you don't have the creep up to here, it is not even worth moving out. So we'll just have to wait until these creep tumors do their work and get across the map. He also of course, needs to get another hatchery. We've got all of these drones here. He's, of course, in front of the drones at the moment. He's got 28 here currently, and we really want to see if he can actually come across here and take this hatch, because if he doesn't, he's, of course, going to be in a terrible position. But as we can see, if we go to the production tab, 13 roaches on the way for Nirmal. So he's going to have a absolute bucket load of roaches popping out shortly, and here they come. They do not have any upgrades yet, which is a very key thing to note about this so far, is that he does not have those upgrades for the roaches. The queens are going to be coming along here. The queens are going to obviously be the protectors against the mutalisks, and the roaches are going to do whatever they can against the lings that are here on the map. So queens coming across, we're going to get creep shims pooped out all over the place, and we're going to see a lot of creep spreading around the map. Now, if we have a look at Vorpal's view, he does not know that the creep has spread all of this way. This is one thing which Vorpal has not actually had in his favor at all, is scouting. He's been really behind with his scouting, and does not know that there is you know, an absolute chorus of queens out. But we'll just see what his reaction is once he actually sees these queens, because as I said, I've seen this before, and once you have all of those queens out and just getting on the creep towards your base, your mutalisks are going to do nothing. And actually, that said, has he only got these mutas only? I think he does. He's only got 7 mutas for the moment, so he's going to need some more defense, more of anything at the moment, because he is in quite a lot of trouble. We do have a couple of upgrades coming for him, though. He does have adrenal glands, of course, because he does have a hive now, which is quite fun to see. A straight tech to the adrenal glands. These lings are going to hit quite fast, but of course, as you can see, this absolute armada of queens and roaches are going to come across and just rip up everything because of that massive damage from the queens and the roaches as well. So we see the roaches just absolutely blazing through all of those lings. The queens are now going to take care of the mutalisks, and I believe that will be that for that particular attack. So we'll see what Nirmal does now. He's going to need to move some of these creep tumors across. I think we are at that that sort of sweet spot where you'd want to get your queens starting to move up. And we also have a whole heap of drones coming across. These guys are not actually, these aren't transferring here as a base. These are actually just transferring here because there's nothing left in his main. So this this attack force here from Nirmal is the only thing that is stopping him from losing the game. If he actually fails with this attack, this is going to be all over Red Rover. So we'll see what he can do. He's going to put down some more creep tumors here. I suppose the one thing about the creep tumors is that unless you're actually, you know, spreading them out, there's no point having 60 billion of them. But either way, we'll see what happens. We got some defenses finally going up here for Vorpal, and as we said, he's starting to fall quite far behind in his tech. His response to the mass queens is going to be to get a Great Aspire out, which is obviously a great choice. However, he has no money at all to get any sort of the Broodlords or the Corruptors out. I was seriously about to call them Devourers and Guardians. I am that tired today. Either way, we got all of these creep tumors popping here. Nirmal doing a fantastic job spreading the creep now. This is going to spread way across to the base, and once this link is done, that is definitely going to be the sign for the big attack, and we finally see a hatchery here at the natural. So Nirmal pushing across now, and we'll probably see an attack probably in the next 30 seconds or so, because these creep tumors are going to get done, and we are going to see a push in the base. And look at this, how many creep tumors we got on the map. We got like 2 pages just in this section here. Let's see how many we got. It's another 2 pages. We got, alright, let's just put it, what do we call the plural for creep tumors? A pimple of creep tumors? I don't know. Let's just call it that for the moment. So we have the pimple of creep tumors moving across now. The link is now done, so the queens are going to be able to move across. For some reason, he's moving across this side. He wants to take out that Overlord. Overlord goes down. These queens are going to be in a little bit of trouble. They're going to have to tank some damage off these Zerglings, which are hitting quite fast, of course, given that they do have the adrenal glands. And as we can see, the queens are going to heal up each other with the transfusion. The roaches are going to be able to just waltz in because these mutalisks are going to be taken out by these queens, I believe. And we see another great transfusion here. Queens are taking out the mutas. That is all done and dusted. And as we can see here at the natural, these emus are not going to be able to defend against this many roaches. And despite the fact that a couple more mutas have come out from Vorpal, he is in no position at all to fend off this attack. So as we can see here, the queens and the roaches just doing an insurmountable amount of damage here. They're going to take out this hatch. All done. The Overlords are going to go down as well. I think this is going to be the end for Vorpal, of course, as he has nothing else to defend against this attack at the moment. He brings across a couple of mutas. We've got a few mutas here. He's going to try and take out the key units in this battle here, which are, of course, the queens, but there are just so much energy on these queens. As we can see, some of these guys are actually at almost full energy, so there's definitely more than enough queens to fend off this this last muta attack. And as we can see, the roaches once again just stroll into the base and take out all of the rest of the defenses. So that is all done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. We get a wow queens for the win from Vorpal. So his 6 pull not doing much damage at all, and then a quite hilarious strategy there from Nirmal coming inside and cleaning up the Mutalisks, which would have normally been quite a deciding factor in the game. And there we go, the GG. And that is game over. So that was quite a fun little game there from Nirmal, doing a fantastic job, especially with all these creep tumors. Check all this out. He's got creep tumors all over the joint. And finally gets that natural up after, I think it was like 20 minutes or something. But either way, got the job done. That was a great game there from Nirmal, fending off that 6 pull and then coming out with something quite funky and groovy like this Mass Queen Roach strat. So hopefully you guys liked that particular replay. Make sure if you liked it, didn't like it, leave some feedback, and we'll get some more replays like this going if I can find any more Zerg versus Zerg, because as I said, there aren't too many out there. And we'll get some more replays posted soon, so leave some comments, feedback, all of that jazz. Make sure you subscribe and let me know how it's all going. Cheers.